You're watching Pittsburgh Steelers Talk, presented today by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety tool to help protect your information, identity, and financial info online. They are hooking you up with a free 14-day trial at aura.com/chatsports. Before we get into some OTA winners and losers, trivia time. And this one, I think, a little bit easier than some of the ones we've been asking. Bonus points if you get it right. No cheating. What team did Jerome Bettis play for before the Steelers? I think for this one, do the city and the nickname. Answer at the end of today's show. All right, some more OTA winners for you guys. We did a video on this previously. Now we're looking at some other options since OTAs are still ongoing. First winner, and I'm cheating here, but it's my show. Whoever starts at quarterback, in large part because of your young wide receivers. Both George Pickens and Calvin Austin, my two favorite picks by Pittsburgh this year, are impressing early on at OTAs. They look pretty damned good for young guys. Very different styles. I am excited to see, and I think it will, Calvin Austin being utilized in the backfield on jet sweeps. Steelers love that play, but I think jet motion in general is valuable in the modern day NFL. Also back out there, he was a loser last time. Now he's a winner. Diontae Johnson is back and present for OTAs. And overall, I like this Steelers receiver room. Now it's young. I know that you'll need your quarterback to make a bunch of big plays right there. But Diontae Johnson, Chase Claypool, who was a winner last time we did a version of this video, George Pickens, Calvin Austin. That's a really good young core. Plus, you got Pat Freiermuth, Najee Harris. You need the offensive line to be better, but this team has a lot of talent at the wide receiver spot. So I'm excited to see how they fare in 2022. I think the answer to this question is quite obvious. No disrespect intended toward Juju Smith-Schuster, but he was hurt for most of the season, and James Washington is not that great. Is the wide receiver core for Pittsburgh better than last year's? Y for yes or N for no? I'm going to make this question the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, and I think the answer is spam your Y for yes, but we're a democracy, so vote right now if the ad break plays right here on YouTube. Next up, oh look, more offensive players. Zach Gentry, who has lost some weight, cut some pounds, and it is best shape of life season, I know, but he did lose some weight. He looks good at OTAs. I think he is primed to step up and emerge as tight end 2 for this team in 2022. I think that sets up well for the organization. Of course, Pat Freiermuth is the guy. But if Gentry, who had such great size at 6'8", the former quarterback, by the way, if he can take that step forward and become a really good backup, we feel so good about the young core then in Pittsburgh. So I am not expecting him to become tight end 1 or anything like that. But if he can, let's just say, double his yards or even, 50% growth with Pat Freiermuth's other young receiving core and become a good blocker, that is a really good position the team is at then at tight end. You do more online than ever. I mean, all of our passwords are on our phones, on our laptops. I'm like, my screen time is obscenely high. And Aura helps keep you safe. Near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries and activities. They have identity theft protection as well because, as producer Sam knows, it is not a joke. They keep your identity safe and secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info. They help you shop, bank, and work online more safely and privately for you and up to 5 members of your family. And Aura is giving you, the watchers of Steelers Talk, a free 14-day trial when you head over to aura.com/chatsports. I'll make sure that link, by the way, is high up in the description and in the comments as well. That way you can sign up and get started today as a free trial. Cancel at any time for 14 days. aura.com/chatsports. All right, defense time now. Ahkello Witherspoon is looking more and more like the number 1 corner. Pittsburgh appears primed to make him this year. Looks like a legit cornerback 1 so far. Big time box checked on that standpoint there. I thought the trade for Witherspoon last year was a steal, and then he played even better than I thought he was going to. Some advanced stats here. In the 9 games played for Pittsburgh, a obscenely low completion rate of under 38%. The quarterback rating was 35.1%, 3 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. If we are making a list of some of the most underrated corners in the NFL, I think Witherspoon should be pretty damned high up on that list. So if you are confident in Witherspoon being that CB1, smack that like button for me in the down there above the comments section. Show your support of Witherspoon by liking it right now. Finally, DeMarvin Leal, the defensive lineman. And this is almost a winner because of what has happened this offseason. Stephon Tuitt has called it a career. He has retired. So now DeMarvin Leal has a real opportunity to emerge as a potential starter, even as a rookie. I think his fit as a 3-4 defensive end is perfect. I didn't love his tape. He was inconsistent. He was a tweener for me. Not a good enough run stopper to be a full-time defensive tackle at 3 technique. Not the same bursty, bendy guy enough to be a true edge. Kind of awkward tweener, right? Well, 5 technique is a pretty good blend of those traits. So Leal has a chance to prove that the Steelers don't need a Stephon Tuitt replacement at all. Of course, you might not agree with that. So I want to know from you in the comments section. Does Pittsburgh need to add somebody along the defensive line? Maybe replace Tyson Alualu. Maybe add some depth there. Maybe get a new 5 technique. What do you think? A, for add someone, or G, for no, we're good. The Steelers don't need anybody on the roster. Coming up next is the losers of OTAs so far, because in life there are winners and there are losers. This is, as I mentioned, not the first time we've done this video. We'll get to losers here in a second, but as a reminder, we did another one, and I tried very hard to keep the winners and losers different this time around. So it's 2 different videos truly in the end. So if you want another version of this, hasn't changed very much at all, check the channel. The video looks like that one. I will make sure, by the way, to put the link to it in the comments and the description. But since so many of you are subscribed, I am sure you've already watched it. If not, make sure you're subbed. Hit that big red button, youtube.com/SteelersTV. Our next loser is Devin Bush. Has been out a little bit for OTAs. And by the way, Merrill Hodge, Steelers legend, absolutely bodied Devin Bush with some recent comments he made on the radio. Quote, "You got to cut bait there," with Bush is what he meant. Doesn't play smart or fast. Doesn't play with good technique. Doesn't play with good instincts. He gets targeted by teams in the passing game. Not a good football player. Wow. That is an absolute evisceration of Devin Bush by Merrill Hodge, the former ESPN analyst. Bush regressed in 2021, and that is a red flag. He is a fast player. I think for whatever reason, Bush has not felt immensely comfortable so far in Pittsburgh, especially as of late. But I am not out on him. I am totally down to give him 1 more year and to prove he can be that guy for the organization. So what do you think? How good is Devin Bush? Use the Madden rating scale, 1 to 100. He's not 100. He's not a 1 either. Let me know what you think in the comments right now. Our next loser, Mason Rudolph, who he's just in a bad. We know this, guys. He's in a bad spot in Pittsburgh. He has not been great in the limited chances he's had to be a starting QB, and the offseason by Pittsburgh has made it very clear he's not their guy. Mitchell Trubisky is quarterback 1 right now. He is in line to start most likely week 1, probably a few games beyond that. Trubisky is the starter over Mason Rudolph. That is obvious. It is a fact. And eventually, unless he just sucks, which I don't think is the case, Kenny Pickett will eventually be QB1, whether it's week 1, week 10, week 17. Pickett is the long-term guy. That leaves Rudolph stuck in the middle of not being QB1, and you know what? At best, being a short-term quarterback 2. That's not great for Rudolph, unfortunately. Time to answer our trivia question here, as promised. What team did Jerome Bettis play for before the Steelers? It's the LA Rams. And this one you probably knew. It is Los Angeles because they later made the move afterward, but LA is the correct answer here. If you got it right without cheating, congratulations. You get bonus points here at Steelers Talk. And one last time, if you haven't already, please subscribe to us here at Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. Free daily videos on everything going on around the organization. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe today.